Hey everyone, intuitive and astrologer Lisa Salvatore here to talk to you about the energies and astrology of early August leading up to the Leo new moon on August 5th. Today that I am recording this video is July 19th, and OMG is all I have to say. There's a lot going on. There will be a lot that continues to go on. August is definitely going to be a heated up month on all levels. I've been saying that for quite some time. The beginning of the year was definitely more tame. The end of the year is definitely going to be more reactive. However, personally speaking, there are a lot of good things here as well. A lot of self-growth, spiritual evolution, shifting of perspectives, seeing things a different way, coming together with others in a different way, in a more profound manner, understanding truths differently, at least that's the goal. Mercury will station retrograde on August 5th. Now, Mercury stations retrograde 3 times a year, sometimes 4. The planet itself does not literally move backwards throughout the sky. It just appears that way from our vantage point here on Earth. I always explain it like this. Let's say you're taking the train and the train starts to take off. And as the train is going forwards, if you look over out at the highway, it appears like the cars are actually going backwards as you go past them, as you speed by them. It's an optical illusion of sorts. That is what it is like when Mercury stations retrograde. Spiritually speaking, energetically speaking, it's a whole different story. Mercury is the planet that rules over our mind. It is the way that we think. It is the way that we receive and perceive information. It is our mental dexterity, our cognitive function. We all have a Mercury in our birth chart, and it will always be either in the same sign as your sun sign, or one sign before, or one sign after. That's it. That's all it can be. Mercury cannot stray that far away from the sun. It's astronomically impossible. Now, Mercury is associated with many different areas in astrology. It governs over many different areas of life. The ones that I just mentioned are only a few. It's communication, expression, travel, technology. So Mercury in position in the sky can absolutely impact the way that we speak, the way that we think, the way that we talk, the way that we express ourselves. Mercury is the messenger, so everything about Mercury is about the transmission of information. Now, when Mercury stations retrograde, think of it like all of those areas that we just mentioned go a little haywire for about 3 to 4 weeks. Mercury has been in its pre-shadow phase since July 16th, so we're already starting to feel it. Cyber attacks, global outages, flights being grounded. And I'm not saying that Mercury is responsible for that or any of the planets are responsible for that, but we can certainly put it into context. So if the technical side of that gets lost on you, don't worry about it. Just try to focus on the message. The messenger planet is basically operating in a way that it doesn't necessarily always operate at. So things are not running as smoothly. Don't expect things under the Mercury areas to be running as smoothly. And pay particular close attention to information, because Mercury also rules over the media, and that includes social media. So we have to be very discerning about what we are choosing to listen to, what we are choosing to believe. And while Mercury is retrograde, miscommunication, misinformation, and misunderstanding are right there at the front line. So this will be from August 5th until August 28th, with the spot directly in the middle, August 18th, where clarity could be incoming. And if you are a subscriber over at my newsletter, I do a detailed weekly forecast every Sunday. Sometimes it's live, sometimes it's recorded. But I will be giving you more details on this week by week. While Mercury's retrograde, there's no need to panic. Use it as an opportunity to do all of the RE words like retrograde. So take a step back, go inward, revise, reflect, review, reevaluate, reconsider. And then when Mercury stations direct, you recalibrate. Mercury retrograde is a great time to take already existing projects and things that you already have that you're working on or toward, and to refine them. It's a great time for stepping back and for going inward. It also matters what sign or signs the retrograde is going to be occurring through. So this Mercury retrograde begins on August 5th at 4 degrees and 6 minutes of Virgo. And it's going to move all the way back to 21 degrees and 14 minutes of Leo, where it will station direct on August 28th. So it starts in Virgo and then it ends in Leo. Now, Mercury is the planet that rules Virgo. So Mercury does very well in Virgo typically. And Virgo is a sign that is all about the details, structure, organization, preferring to maintain some form of control. But while Mercury's retrograde, that's not necessarily going to be the case. So when you have to tend to details and you have to do things that require dexterity and structure, just know that it may not run as smoothly. And definitely expect more technology glitches, more situations with the weather, delays due to that. Leave yourself a little bit of extra space, a little bit of extra grace, and a little bit of extra compassion. Keep your sense of humor above all else. Stressing about what we cannot control only gives us anxiety. Everyone will feel the Mercury retrograde, but those that will likely feel it the strongest are people who have strong Virgo in their birth chart, particularly Virgo rising, because again, Mercury is your ruler, so whatever Mercury does becomes extremely significant for you and felt very deeply. Also, if you have strong Gemini, because Mercury also rules the sign of Gemini, and communication. And our fire signs are likely going to feel this one pretty strongly as well. Leo especially, Sagittarius, or Aries. But this could be a great time to get a jump start on creative projects that you have in the pipeline. So let's talk about the Leo new moon that we have taking place on August 4th. New moons are the point of the lunar cycle that are all about new beginnings. It's a time to start fresh. A new moon starts the next 29 and a half day cycle, and new moons are a time of abundance, fertility, birthing the new, setting intentions, working toward our goals. It's a time of promise. The moon is renewing itself, therefore so are we. This new moon falls in the sign of Leo. We have a new moon when the sun and the moon are exactly aligned in the sky, conjunct, at the exact same position by degree and minute. So this Leo new moon takes place on August 4th at 7:14 a.m. at 12 degrees and 34 minutes of Leo. Now, you definitely will want to look to your birth chart if you have the desire to track where this new moon will fall for you and where you can set an intention for a new beginning of sorts. And you may find that this is already mimicking that area of life for you by where the new moon will fall in your birth chart. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, you can actually go directly to my website and you can pull up your birth chart. And from there, you'll be able to take a screenshot or just note your placements. Look to the Leo area of your chart because that is where this new moon is going to fall for you. Now, while everyone can set intentions under the new moon, and it's all about new beginnings, not every new moon is created equally because it all depends on the astrology surrounding it. But this is a decent new moon. I like it. Granted, there's a lot going on outside of us, lots of stress, lots of worry, but isolating this new moon in general, the energy surrounding it are actually kind of nice. And the sign of Leo itself, Leo rules the heart. It's all about our creative expression. It's all about living out of the heart. It's about having courage. It's about being truthful. It's about being bold, courageous. Leo is ruled by the sun. It's about life, play, pleasure. So this is a really good new moon to tap into the energies, your creative energies, that which makes you feel alive. It's also a great new moon to spend some time with children, whether they're your own children, nieces and nephews, neighbors, whomever, because Leo also rules over children. And it's about our inner child. It's about connecting to the inner child and making time for joy, making time for play, making time to do something that helps to lift your vibration, that helps to keep you up. Especially under these chaotic times, it's that much more important to pull into this energy. So it is a fairly good vibes new moon. It's a great time to formulate plans and goals with anything that has to do with the Leo areas of life, Leo energy. So we could focus on our relationship with children. We could focus on our own creative projects and creative expression. We could focus on our romantic life, bringing more joy into that because Leo is romance. We can tap into feeling more generous, feeling more proud, feeling more hopeful, more active, and more open. We might be looking to really enhance and develop these traits more in one or more areas of our lives. Remember, we all have Leo somewhere in our charts. That's why I always say it's great to check your own chart, your own birth chart, and even just know your basic astrology. So while new moons are beneficial for everyone, and this one is no different, it's going to be the strongest for the fire signs, which are Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius, especially if you have any of your points and or placements between 10 and 14 degrees of any of the fire signs. And then our fixed signs, which are Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and again, also Leo, and again, between 10 and 14 degrees of those signs. Now, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio, you may find that under this new moon energy, you feel a little bit more stressed out, a little bit more anxious, and a little bit more tense because of things that have gone on for the past couple of weeks. So pull into that. I'm talking about personally, things that have been going on for you personally. So pull into that and look at where you can enhance your creativity, enhance your honesty in reaction to certain things, enhance the level of joy that you have in your everyday life, bringing more of that. It could just feel a little bit more stressed for you, but it still is a powerful, positive time for new beginnings for you. Let's pull up the chart. Here we have the Leo new moon, August 4th, 7:14 a.m. Eastern Time. And we see right here the sun and the moon perfectly aligned at 12 degrees and 34 minutes of Leo. And that is how we have our new moon. We've got Jupiter up here at 15 degrees supporting this new moon. We've got Mars here at 9 moving into an alignment with Jupiter, also supporting this new moon. So this is just good vibes energy overall. It's very active and creative, and it's also very determined and sporty. Having the support of Mars and Jupiter is really nice at this time, and it's very supportive and expansive of following our heart, but making sure that we take our head with us. Mars and Jupiter are also being supported by the nodes of the moon here, 8 degrees of Aries, 8 degrees of Libra, which again just speaks to the trajectory of the soul, the direction in which we're going, and that which we need to release in order to move us further along on our journey. All the S words are surrounding this new moon. Sporty, sexy, sweet, spicy. I think those are the name of all the Spice Girls too. Just realized that. But this could be really nice for relationships that might be lacking magic, especially if it's the relationship to yourself. This should help to enhance the creativity to some degree. This is fire energy, so this could literally feel like an internal fire is being lit for you to move forward. But as always, we have to make the changes. There's always fate, because fate is very real and it will take us to a certain point. But free will is what dictates how it goes down next. We've got Pluto over here at 0 degrees of Aquarius. It's opposite this new moon. It's quite wide, but I do want to count it because, like I said, Pluto's at 0 degrees, and 0 degrees is new beginnings. And we've been talking a lot about Pluto and the fact that Pluto keeps flirting between the 29th and the 0 degree point, 29 degrees of Capricorn and 0 degrees of Aquarius. Now, here's the deal. Aquarius is all about the future. Aquarius is all about the people. Aquarius is humanity and the collective consciousness. It's all about making way for the new. But in order to do that, the old has to be reformed. The old has to come down. And we're seeing a lot of that playing out on the world stage every single day. Now, Pluto will be here at the 0 degree of Aquarius until September 2nd, and then Pluto is actually going to move back to the 29th degree of Capricorn. And the thing about that is that when Pluto backs into Capricorn again and is at the 29th degree, that's the critical degree, that's the anaretic degree. And that is where we're really going to see more and more of the old structures getting ready to be knocked down officially so that the new way, the new worlds, the new earth can be built. This is also extremely significant because Capricorn is one of the signs that is most linked to the government, to political officials, to those in positions of power. It's also big pharma, it's banking. So when Pluto goes back to that 29th degree, we're absolutely going to be experiencing more unrest as the old structures crumble to the ground so that the new ones can be built. It's already happening. Aquarius is the rising up of the people. So it will not be surprising if we see some more protests taking place over these next few weeks before Pluto gets back to that 29th degree. And then when Pluto gets back to the 29th degree, it's going to ramp up on the world stage. Secrets being exposed left and right, especially about those in positions of power. Personally speaking, this could happen in your own reality where secrets are coming up to the surface. You're finding out information that you're surprised about, or maybe you're not surprised about it. It may even have to do with you and your secrets, things coming up to the surface. Again, with the purpose to take away what isn't working, strip away the old, and bring forth the new. Transformation, transcendence. That's what this is about. Think of it like the phoenix rising. We also have Neptune here at the 29th degree of Pisces, making an aspect to Venus at the 29th degree of Leo called an inconjunct. And the new moon is also in an inconjunct aspect to Saturn over here in Pisces. So this can just bring in this element of we're feeling a lot, but we're not really clear what to make of it. Neptune is also the god of the seas, and again, at the 29th degree, that anaretic degree, the energies of Neptune are really ramped up. So expect to hear a lot more regarding the weather when it comes to water specifically, and water in general. The passing of goods over the water, delays having to do with water will be more than likely over these next few weeks. But personally speaking, this is all about the energy of the heart wants what the heart wants. A big theme under this new moon, but it's also very creative, very expressive, very heart-centered, and it can feel like a lot, but there's also a lot of good to it. I mentioned earlier about Mercury stationing retrograde and how it's a really good time to revise, to edit. Well, this new moon is also conjunct fixed star Acubens. You can see it right here at 13 degrees and 58 minutes of Leo. And Acubens actually speaks to astrology. It's about writing. It carries the vibration of both planets, Saturn and Mercury. So in higher vibration, this could just be about using this energy to take the time to look into that which you've already been working on and how you can edit that and bring it forth the way you really want to. You may find around this new moon that you don't really want to get wrapped up into anything that is too serious. Mercury is getting ready to station retrograde right at the heels of this new moon. You see Mercury right here at 4 degrees and 4 minutes of Virgo. Mercury will station direct at 4 degrees and 6 minutes of Virgo on August 5th. When any planet is stationary, retrograde, or direct, the energies of that planet are really hyped up. Think of it that way. So even with all the positivity here, there can also be miscommunication, misalignments going on. So it's really important to lead with your heart, but take your head with you, like we said earlier. Fact check the messages, go inward, see how it makes you feel. Your own intuition is the best guide on how to move forward and how to take action or how not to take action. So let's talk about where this new moon will fall for you by your sign. You should always follow your rising sign for most accuracy. And again, linked below in the description box, you will find where you can pull up your own birth chart. And then there's also a 3-part tutorial that you can download. It's for purchase, but you can download it, and that will give you much more details on how you can identify these energies in your birth chart. It's very beneficial for a more deeper, more spiritual understanding of what is going on in your reality, inside of you and outside of you, because we all have our own unique birth chart. So again, check out where this new moon will fall for you, and don't forget to set an intention in those areas of life, bringing in more heartfelt expression, more joy. Allow yourself to feel more free. I will also link my guided new moon meditation in the description box. Feel free to use that if you'd like. And for those of you that might be astrology newbies, when you look to your birth chart, where you see it say ASC, that is your ascendant or your rising sign. It is the same. Those two words are interchangeable. Now you can also follow your sun sign, but again, the rising sign will likely feel more accurate for you. Aries rising. This new moon is going to take place in your 5th house. The 5th house is the house that is naturally ruled by Leo. So this is all about creativity. This is about pleasure. This is about play, connecting to our inner child. This is romance. This is fun. The 5th house is fun. It's not a heavy house. It's fire. It's heat. It's energy. And Aries is a fire sign. So this can be a very creative and productive new moon for you. You can find yourself feeling very excited about someone or something, perhaps a new project that you're about to launch. But remember, Mercury stationing retrograde, so you may want to hold off a few weeks. Take the time to fine tune it. And once Mercury stations direct, you'll be ready to let it fly. Taurus rising, this new moon is going to take place in your 4th house. This is the area of the chart that speaks to your personal life. This is your foundation, your emotional foundation, also your physical foundation. This could be your home, your place of business, where you spend a lot of time. This is about your family, both family of choice and family of origin. So you're likely going to feel a lot of energy in these areas of life. So set some intentions here. Perhaps you're getting ready to sell a home. Perhaps you're thinking about it. You're buying a home, something along those lines. Gemini rising, this new moon takes place in your 3rd house, and this is all about communication and expression. It's also about any projects that you have that have to do with communication, networking. This could also have to do with your family or those that feel like family, specifically cousins, also your neighbors, your community. Cancer rising, this new moon takes place in your 2nd house. This is the house of your finances, your resources, your possessions. It's also your self-worth, your self-value, the way you're feeling. It's very physical. So this is a great new moon for you to make a vow to get more in touch with the physical senses. Get out into nature, go near the water, tap into what you're feeling, which shouldn't be too hard for you, Cancer. Perhaps this is all about your financial situation, setting intentions involving your money, or making a vow to love yourself a little bit more. Leo rising, this is your new moon. The sun shines on you, Leo. The sun is your ruler. You are royalty. We all get one new moon a year, and this is yours. This is the type of energy where you can set intentions for any kind of makeover, mind, body, spirit, for putting your energy out in the world a different way, of how you genuinely want to be received, or any changes that you want to make. This is a very positive and auspicious new moon for you. So be sure to set some intentions with this one. Virgo rising, this new moon takes place in your 12th house, and this is prompting you to go inward. So even though I said that this was a very creative new moon, and very sporty and spicy and all the things, taking place in your 12th house, this is more about you. This is all about going behind the scenes and making sure that you're tending to your spiritual body just as much as you're tending to the physical body. And if you're not, you're going to want to set intentions here or put things into motion to balance these areas out in your life. Your emotional health, your physical health, and your spiritual health. Libra rising, this new moon takes place in your 11th house, and this is the space of the chart that impacts your friendships, your networks, any online communities that you're a part of, communities in general. Scorpio rising, this new moon takes place in your 10th house. This is very public. This is about your career, your public image, your reputation, things that you're working on to bring out into the world. So set some intentions in these areas of life, or you may already find that things are occurring in these areas of your life. Perhaps there's a new job on deck for you, or you're manifesting one. New moons are all about manifestation. Sagittarius rising, this new moon takes place in your 9th house. This is all about long distance travel. This is about expansion of our higher mind. This is about an expansion of our belief systems. It's also about education, both formal and informal. So what are you looking to learn? What are you looking to put your energy toward? What's something that interests you that you've been wanting to dig more into? This may be the time to start. It's a very creative and passionate new moon, especially for you because you are a fire sign. Capricorn rising, this new moon is going to take place in your 8th house. You could find yourself at a point in your life where you're really looking to transcend some of your beliefs, where it involves the afterlife, spirituality, your own grief journey, your own psychology. You might have the desire to really set things straight in an intimate relationship, or it could be something that has to do with yourself. But this is a very personal, private energy for you, but it's also very expansive for healing. Aquarius rising, this new moon takes place in your 7th house, and this is all about the others in your life. This is about your relationships. This is about your partnerships, whether they're personal, professional, romantic, friendships. They're partnerships in general. Maybe you're looking to find a business partner, for example. This new moon could bring in an opportunity for you. Maybe this is about working on a partnership in a different way, bringing new energy into it. In some cases, it could be about releasing a specific partnership that's no longer working for you, but it's all about the new. Pisces rising, this new moon takes place in your 6th house. This is your physical health. This is your daily habits, your routines. This is also your spiritual health, how you're aligning mind, body, spirit. This new moon serves as a reminder for you that it's great to trust your intuition, but you also must tap into the tangible, and this is a great new moon for that. So any support that you need, physical support, set some intentions to bring that into your reality, because this is a great new moon for that. If you want to start a new health routine, change your diet in any capacity, again, perfect for intention setting around the 6th house areas of life. There was a reading for just the first week of August. I'm definitely going to be back as there's a lot going on. Remember, all of my links are below. You can come and join me over on my Substack newsletter. I have 2 different types of newsletter that you can be a part of. I post a lot over there, and you can find all of my other information below. Take care.